Okay, so good morning all. So in today's class, let us see the topic on the leveling. So till now we have seen the different types of surveying. Now let's go with the topic leveling. Okay, right. Now I'm sharing the screen. You please see here. Okay, now you see here. So today's topic is leveling. So now let's go with the topic. So the first one is, what is leveling? One second. Okay. Now, what is leveling? What is the definition of leveling? So leveling is nothing but it is a branch of surveying which measures the different levels of the points with respect to the fixed point. Means it is an art of determining the relative position of two different objects in the vertical plane. So we have already seen the definition of surveying. Surveying is also, it is an art of determining the relative position of two different objects in the horizontal plane. But here in the leveling, it is an art of determining the relative position of two different objects in the vertical plane. So see here, if you see the definition here, leveling is a branch of surveying to measure levels of different points with respect to the fixed point, such as elevation of a building, height of one point from the ground. For example, if you want to know the height of a building, so for that you have to measure that height. So that height is measured, means you have to take the reference of one point and you have to measure the height up to the top of the building. That fixed point and the top point, means the difference between these 2 points gives you the height. That is nothing but a leveling. Okay, so the definition is nothing but leveling is a branch of surveying to measure the levels of different points with respect to a fixed point, such as elevation of a building, height of one point from the ground. Okay, now let's go with the next one. Principle. What is the principle of leveling? The principle of leveling is to obtain horizontal line of sight with respect to which vertical distance of points above or below the line of sight. So as I told you, the main principle of the leveling is to measure the vertical distance which is above the line of sight or else the below the line of sight. So what is line of sight? So in the dumpy level, so dumpy here, in order to measure that heights, we need one equipment. That equipment is nothing but in dumpy level or else the auto level or else anything. We can use any one of the instrument. So in that instrument, one eyepiece will be there. So if you see from that eyepiece, the line of sight is nothing but the straight line which is passing through the eyepiece, diaphragm, and the crosshairs is called as a line of sight. So that line of sight will be exactly like this. For example, if you see here, this is the tripod stand. On the tripod stand, if you place the level like this, and the line of sight will be horizontal like this, right? So the distance may be above the line or else the below the line. So above the line or else the below the line. So the principle of leveling is to obtain the horizontal line of sight with respect to which, with respect to this horizontal line of sight, the vertical distance to be measured, that vertical distance may be either above the line of sight or else the below the line of sight. So this is the principle of leveling, right? Now let's move on to the next one. Types of leveling. So the next one is leveling. So till now we have seen what is leveling and how we can measure the leveling. As I told you, the leveling can be measured with the help of different equipments like dumpy level, auto level, like that we can measure with the different equipment. So dumpy level means it is an equipment with in which the adjustments have to be done manually. Auto level is also in the adjustments are to be done, but not much more than the dumpy level, right? Okay. Now the next one is types of leveling. So how many types of leveling are there? So as you see here, we are having 4 different types of leveling. One is direct leveling, the second one is trigonometric leveling, the third one is barometric leveling, and the fourth one is stadia leveling, right? So here the first one, let's move with the first one, that is the direct leveling. So direct leveling is nothing but it is most commonly used method of leveling. So in this method, measurements are observed directly from the leveling instrument. So directly with the help of the leveling instrument, if you take the readings directly, then the type of leveling is called it as an direct leveling. So in the direct leveling, this direct leveling is further classified into different types based on the observation points and the instrument station. So as you see here the second point, based on the observation points and the instrument position, the direct leveling is further classified into different types as following. That is, the first one is simple leveling, the second one is differential leveling, third one is fly leveling, fourth one is profile leveling, fifth one is precise leveling, and the sixth one is reciprocal leveling. Now let's go on with each and every type of leveling in detail. Okay, the first one is simple leveling. So see here, simple leveling means in this method, the leveling instrument is placed between the points which elevation is to be found. So it is performed only when points are nearer to each other without any obstacles. So if you see here, we are having 2 points. For example, this is one point A. This is point A and this is point B. Now, if you want to measure the difference of elevation between the 2 points A and B, I want to get the difference of elevation between these 2 points A and B. So in this simple leveling is used only when the 2 points are nearer to each other. If it is far away from each other, we can't go with the simple leveling. So in this simple leveling, what we will be doing is we will be placing the instrument in between the 2 points A and B, where what points elevation you want to find out, that points in between the 2 points you will be placing the equipment. That is nothing but the dumpy level or else the auto level, right? So here the level is placed in between these 2 points. From here you will be seeing the reading one point A, and the next point you will be seeing the reading B. So with the help of these 2 readings, now you are getting the reading of point A and reading of point B. So the difference between the 2 readings will be giving you the difference of height between that 2 points. This is nothing but a simple leveling, right? In a simple leveling, the instrument is placed exactly in between the 2 points and the reading is taken. That is the simple leveling. Next one is differential leveling, right? So see here, differential leveling. It is performed, differential leveling is performed whenever the distance between the 2 points is more. Whenever the difference between, when the 2 points, the 2 different points elevation you have to find out, and the distance between the 2 different points is more, then we'll be going with the differential leveling. So what you will be doing with the differential leveling means, for example, here if you see point 1 and the point 5, 1 second. Point 1 and the point 5 are the 2 different points which elevation you have to find out. But the distance between the point 1 and point 5 is very more. Then you will be selecting the intermediate stations. You will be selecting the intermediate stations. The intermediate stations is nothing but point 2, point 3, point 4. Like that, you will be selecting the different intermediate stations and you will be placing the instrument between the 2 stations and you will be finding out reading. For example, here between the point 1 and point 2, I am placing the instrument at A, right? So at A, you will be placing the instrument and you will be measuring the distance between the 2 points. You will be measuring the elevations of 2 points 1 and 2. Similarly, you will be shifting the instrument to point B. You'll be placing the instrument at a point B and you will be getting the difference of elevation between the 2 points 2 and 3. And you will be, next one, you will be shifting the instrument to the point C and you will be getting the difference of elevation between the 2 points 3 and 4. And you will be shifting the instrument to the point D and you will be getting the difference of elevation between the 2 points 4 and 5. Now, ultimately, you got the elevation of 0.1 and you are getting the elevation of 0.5. Now, if you do the difference of elevation between the 2 points, you will be getting the height between the 0.1 and 0.5. right? So this is about the differential leveling. The only difference between the simple leveling and differential leveling is, in simple leveling, whenever the distance between the 2 points is less, then you will be placing the instrument exactly in between the 2 points, and you will be getting the difference of elevation between the 2 points. But in the differential leveling is, whenever the distance between the 2 points is more, then it is not possible to place the instrument exactly in between the 2 points and take the reading. So that's why you will be going with, you will be taking the intermediate stations, and you will be getting the difference of elevation between the two intermediate stations, and ultimately, finally, from point 1 to from a starting point and ending point elevations you will be getting. If you do the difference of elevation between the 2 points, you will be getting the height between the 2 points. That is about the differential leveling. And the next one is fly leveling. So fly leveling, and what is the difference between the fly leveling and the differential leveling means, in differential leveling, you are taking the readings between the 2 points, means by shifting the instrument number of times, you are taking the reading between the 2 points. But in the fly leveling, only 2 points. In the differential leveling, you will be taking the elevation between only 2 points. But in the fly leveling, by keeping the instrument at a single point, you can take the reading of 3 to 4 readings, and after that, again you will be shifting the instrument, and again you will be taking the reading. So see here, fly leveling, it is performed when the benchmark is far from the workstation. Means whenever the benchmark is far from the workstation, then we'll be going with the fly leveling. A temporary benchmark is located at the workstation, which is located based on the original benchmark. Even it is not highly precise, it is used for determining the approximate level. So you keep on changing the instrument, and you will be taking the readings, and whenever the benchmark is far from the workstation, then you will be going with the fly leveling. So benchmark is far, but you will be going with the temporary benchmark, which is located at near to the work site, and according to the temporary benchmark, you will be performing the fly leveling. That is called it as a fly leveling. And the next one is profile leveling. So profile leveling means this type of leveling is mostly utilized for laying of roads and railway tracks, etc. So for laying of roads and railway tracks, you will be using the leveling, call it as a profile leveling. This profile leveling is also called it as a cross-sectional leveling. So see here, it is used for finding the elevation of points along a line, such as for a road, rails and rivers, etc. Reading from intermediate stations are taken, and reduced level of each station is found from this cross-section of alignment is drawn. So after knowing the readings of each and every point, with the help of that readings, you will be finding out elevations, and based upon that elevations, you will be drawing that cross section of the alignment. So majorly the profile leveling is utilized for laying the roads and the railway tracks. And the next one is precise leveling. So precise leveling is, it is similar to the differential leveling, but here the reading should be taken precisely. Accuracy should be more. Accuracy should be more. So in order to achieve that high precise, serious observation procedure is performed. The accuracy of 1 mm per 1 kilometer is achieved. So precise leveling is nothing but it is done in a similar way of the differential leveling. But in the differential leveling, accuracy is very low, but in the precise leveling, the accuracy is more. So that is about the precise leveling. Okay, right. Next one is reciprocal level. The last one, reciprocal leveling, means whenever, if you want to find out the difference of elevation between the 2 points, but in between the 2 points, any obstacles are there. If there is no possibility of placing the equipment between the 2 points, then you will be going with the reciprocal leveling. So if you see the diagram here, so here one point is there, and next point here it is there. But in between these 2 points, one river is flowing. So in order to know the elevation between the difference of elevation between the 2 points, then we will be going with the reciprocal leveling. See here, when it is not possible to locate the leveling instrument between the intervisible points, reciprocal leveling is performed. This case appears in the case of ponds or rivers, etc. That is nothing but whenever there is an obstacle, we will be going with the reciprocal leveling. Instrument is set nearer to the first station and sighted towards the second station. So initially the instrument is set near the first station and sighted towards the second, and after that the instrument is shifted to the second station and it is sighted to the first. Based upon these two observations, you will be doing some corrections and you will be getting that difference of elevation. That is the call it as a reciprocal leveling. right? So this is about the simple leveling. So if you see in simple leveling, we are having, direct leveling. This is about the direct leveling. In direct leveling, we are having all these things, simple leveling, differential leveling, fly leveling, profile leveling, precise leveling, and the reciprocal leveling. Simple leveling means placing the instrument exactly in between the 2 points and taking the reading. Differential leveling means whenever the distance between the 2 points is more, then you will be going with the differential leveling, means you will be selecting the intermediate points and you will be taking the elevation, difference of elevation from between the two intermediate points and finding out the levels. And the next one is fly leveling. Fly leveling means you will be placing the instrument at a single point and you will be taking the readings of the stations of 3 to 4 stations. And whenever the permanent benchmark is far away from the workstation, then we'll be going with the fly leveling. And next one is profile leveling. Profile leveling means whenever if you want to lay the roads or else the railway track, then you will be going with the profile leveling. And precise leveling is nothing but it is similar to the differential leveling, but the only thing is in the precise leveling accuracy is more, whereas in the differential leveling accuracy is less. And the last one is reciprocal leveling. The reciprocal leveling is nothing but whenever if you want to find out the difference of elevation between the 2 points, but in between the 2 points if there is some obstacle, then you will be going with the reciprocal leveling. So this is about the direct leveling. Okay, right. Thank you.